Do you have a snake plant at home that shows signs of wilting, brown leaves, or browning of the tips, or not producing new leaves, or staying dormant for a long period of time? Then this is the video for you. I have compiled all the tips and tricks that I know and I have gone through with my experience in this one video, and I'm going to be sharing each one of those tips with you all so that your snake plant can look lush and thrive as well. Let's talk about picking the right location for your snake plant. This is a big one. As you all know, snake plants come from an arid and dry environment, so they don't like cold breezes or being kept in a place where it's cold. To thrive, they need a cozy and warm spot. So try to keep it in a bright corner, or keep it away from chilly windows, and maintain a temperature above 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. We know that snake plants can do well in low light, but if you want them to thrive and look lush and green, make sure you provide them a good amount of light. They come from an area where there's a lot of sunlight, and they do grow in partially shaded areas, but they love their good sip of sunlight. Make sure you're providing about 3 to 4 hours of bright and direct sunlight so that they can promote new growth, and their roots and everything's going to be healthy that way. The next thing I would want to talk about is about how you water your snake plant. First of all, I want to tell you shouldn't be misting your snake plant, guys. Please do not mist your snake plant. They come from an arid and dry environment. They're used to harsh and dry breezes. They're not used to moisture. They do not like humidity. The leaves of the snake plant will get thinner and narrower if you keep misting them. They might even rot in a few cases. And when it comes to watering, please do not overwater your snake plant. They do not like being overwatered. They can go up to months without watering, but overwatering can get them into the danger of root rot. I water my snake plant for like once a month, or maybe if it's like the harsh summer, maybe twice a month, and that's plenty. But make sure whenever you water them, you soak the entire soil and you don't leave any dry bits. So let's talk about the soil or substrate for the snake plant. Snake plants love airy and porous substrates. They like it light. They like a lot of air falling on their roots. So make sure you make a very airy and porous substrate. You can use orchid or succulent substrate for this. It will do well. But if you're making your own substrate, I would recommend using things like cocoa chips, perlite, pumice, cinder, lava rocks. If you have that, a few pebbles, gravel can be also used. Use a little bit of garden soil because it will have essential bacteria and nutrients in it. And if there is no garden soil available, you can use a very tiny amount of cocoa peat. And coming to what kind of fertilizer you want to be adding to your snake plant, I would suggest you would add organic fertilizer itself, and stay away from liquid or mineral based fertilizers like the NPK solutions, because the snake plant will do better with natural and slow release fertilizers. It's a slow growing plant, guys. It doesn't take in a lot of nutrition at one go, and it also doesn't like foliar spraying either. So the best recommendation I would give is giving it like decomposed cow dung or vermicompost. Those are your best bets. If you want an estimate on how much you want to add, maybe 10% of your current substrate if you're fertilizing it, maybe once in 6 months is plenty, is ample amount of fertilizer for your snake plant to thrive and grow. Let's cover a few things, few symptoms you can notice in your snake plant and how to prevent them from happening. So sometimes you will find your snake plant shooting out like thin and narrow leaves. What you have to do for these is cut them off so that the plant promotes new growth. Another thing is browning of the tips of your leaves of the snake plant. This is due to harsh sunlight or complete underwatering, but it is mainly because of harsh sunlight. So maybe try to keep out your snake plant from that spot and keep it in a lesser brighter spot. If there is yellowing on the leaves of the snake plant, that means there can be chances of it being a root rot or it's being attacked by pests. So closely inspect the leaves of the snake plant, and if you still see the yellowing happening, there is you might want to check your soil out too. Now, in case you find your snake plant rooting, what would you want to do? Well, I would suggest you to take out the plant from that pot and remove out all the soil that there is there, and start trimming out the rotted roots. And if the entire root ball is rotted, well, I might say you would want to like remove all the excess rot and like dip it in a solution of diluted either rubbing alcohol or a little bit diluted solution of hydrochloric acid. This will clean out all the bad bacteria from your plants, and let the callus dry after this for like about 2 to 3 days, and pot it with something that has the base as sand. Like add your cocoa chips, add your cinder, add your gravel, add a little bit of sand so that it remains porous, so that there's room for new growth of the roots. Make sure you keep this in like airtight, just wrap up your cling foam on top of the container or keep it in an airtight box so that it promotes growth due to the humidity. So there you have it, guys. That's how I take care of my snake plant, and that's all the tips I know of. If I missed any, let me know down in the comments and I'll make sure to make another video on it. Check the link out in the description for your free ebook, and subscribe if you're new, guys. And as always, stay loyal to the soil.